If you walk into an RV dealership in America today, you are walking into a financial slaughterhouse. The average new motorhome is pushing $150,000. Dealerships are locking buyers into 20-year loans with interest rates that rival credit cards. But the price tag is not the worst part. The worst part is what you are actually getting for your money. When you buy a modern RV, you are not buying a vacation vehicle. You are buying a particle board palace on wheels, a surveillance device you do not own that tracks everywhere you drive, and that is mathematically designed to financially destroy you the second the warranty expires. But a quiet rebellion is building among smart buyers who discovered Japan's domestic market. They are using a strategy called the pre-screen loophole, and today I am going to show you exactly how it works. To understand the loophole, you first have to understand the trap. Look at any RV rolling off an American assembly line today. The exterior walls are thin aluminum siding stapled to a wood frame. The interior cabinets are particle board wrapped in vinyl veneer. The countertops are laminated plastic. The furniture is held together with wood screws driven into compressed sawdust. Manufacturers will tell you this is lightweight construction for fuel efficiency. That is a lie. Cheap materials are dramatically cheaper to manufacture than solid hardwood cabinetry and welded aluminum frames. This is a corporate cost-cutting measure disguised as engineering innovation, and it is a ticking financial time bomb. In a 1990s Japanese camper van, if your cabinet hinge breaks, you remove 4 bolts, install a $12 replacement hinge from any hardware store, and the door swings perfectly again. The cabinet itself is solid plywood or real wood. In a modern American RV, the cabinet doors are screwed directly into particle board that crumbles when exposed to humidity. When the cheap material disintegrates from a single leak, the cabinet becomes unfixable. The manufacturer does not sell replacement panels. You replace the entire cabinet assembly. The dealer hands you a bill for $2,500 to $4,000. Your RV has been structurally totaled by a leaky window seal, but the construction quality is just the surface scam. Look at the depreciation curve. A brand new $150,000 Class A motorhome loses $45,000 in value the moment you drive it off the dealer lot. After 2 years, it has lost 35% to 40% of its original price. You are underwater on your loan while sitting in a vehicle worth half what you paid. After 5 years, banks will not refinance it. You cannot sell it without writing a check to cover the difference between what you owe and what it is worth. You are trapped in a depreciating asset bleeding your bank account every single month. The dealer knew this when they locked you into that 84-month loan at 8.9% interest. And the mechanical engineering under the chassis is just as disposable. Most American RVs are built on cheap Freightliner or Ford chassis never designed to carry the massive weight manufacturers are bolting on top. A 35-foot fifth-wheel trailer weighs 14,000 pounds fully loaded. The truck towing it is running its transmission at maximum stress every single mile. The turbocharged V6 engines are not built for sustained load. The continuously variable transmissions are glorified metal rubber bands instead of real interlocking gears. Transmissions fail at 70,000 to 90,000 miles. Rear differentials grenade at 100,000 miles. Those drivetrains are financial time bombs with mathematically predictable fuses. The warranty expiration timeline is not a coincidence. Most RV manufacturers offer a 1-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. In month 13, the roof starts leaking. In month 14, the slide-out mechanism seizes because the cheap plastic gears inside have stripped. In month 16, the water heater fails because it was built with the thinnest steel tank legally allowed. You bring it to the dealer. They hand you a repair estimate for $8,000 to replace the slide-out motor, $3,500 to reseal the roof, and $1,200 for a new water heater. You are now paying monthly loan payments on a broken vehicle while simultaneously paying thousands in repairs. This is engineered financial destruction, but the cheap construction is just the bait. The real scam is running quietly in the background of every modern RV built after 2018. Every vehicle rolling off the assembly line today is equipped with built-in telematics and a constant cellular connection. You are towing a 10,000-pound data harvester down the interstate. These systems actively monitor how hard you brake, how fast you accelerate, how many hours you idle the engine, and exactly where you park every single night. And the horrifying truth recently became public through lawsuit discovery documents. Major RV manufacturers have been secretly packaging this driving data and selling it directly to data brokers like LexisNexis and Verisk, who then sell it straight to your insurance company. Drivers across America are watching their RV insurance premiums double overnight, not because they caused an accident, but because their own vehicle reported them for hard braking at a yellow light or accelerating too quickly up a mountain grade. You are paying $120,000 for the privilege of being surveilled and financially extorted by the machine sitting in your own driveway. Your RV is a corporate spy transmitting your behavior to third parties who profit from punishing you, and the mechanical engineering is deliberately fragile. Modern RV slide-out mechanisms use cheap plastic gears and nylon bushings that strip after 50,000 miles of operation. Water heaters are built with the thinnest steel tanks that corrode through in exactly 5 years. Roof membranes are rubber compounds designed to crack and leak after 3 summers of UV exposure. Manufacturers engineer failure timelines that coincide perfectly with warranty expiration. This is not bad luck. This is planned obsolescence baked into the blueprints. The software lock-in makes independent repair impossible. Modern RV engine control modules require proprietary dealer software to run diagnostics. Independent mechanics are locked out of the system entirely. When your check engine light appears, only the dealer network can read the fault codes. They charge $150 just to plug in the diagnostic scanner. Then they hand you a parts list with 300% to 400% markups because the manufacturer refuses to sell components to anyone except authorized dealers. You are trapped in a repair monopoly with no escape. The entire modern RV industry is a trap. But there is an escape hatch hidden in Japan's domestic vehicle market. To understand why it works, you need to understand Japan's shaken inspection system. Every vehicle in Japan must pass an increasingly expensive government safety and emissions inspection every 2 years. After a vehicle reaches 10 to 15 years old, the inspection costs become so prohibitively expensive that most Japanese owners retire perfectly functional vehicles. But these retired vehicles are not broken. They are meticulously maintained, low-mileage machines that were over-engineered to Japanese quality standards from day one. The pre-screen loophole targets a specific window of Japanese automotive history. Mechanics call it the Golden Era, from roughly 1995 to 2008. Why 1995? That is when Japanese manufacturers started equipping domestic market vehicles with OBD2 diagnostic ports, giving you modern electronic fuel injection and computerized engine management. These vehicles fire up instantly in freezing weather. They have emission controls and diagnostic systems you can read with a $30 scanner from any auto parts store, but because they were built before 2010, they carry zero digital surveillance poison. No touchscreens controlling climate systems, no cellular modems broadcasting your location to data brokers, no automatic start-stop systems grinding starter motors at every traffic light. They use heavy metal keys that turn mechanical ignition cylinders. They have thick copper wiring harnesses. They have analog gauge clusters you can read at a glance without taking your eyes off the road. So what exactly do you buy? You look for the Japanese legends. Open the Japanese used vehicle export websites and search for a late 1990s or early 2000s Toyota Hiace camper van. You want the diesel models. These engines use thick cast iron blocks with timing chains instead of fragile rubber belts. They are paired with traditional 5-speed manual transmissions with real interlocking gears, no continuously variable transmissions, no dual clutch automatics with wet clutch packs that burn out. These drivetrains are legendary for clearing 500,000 kilometers on nothing more than regular oil changes and fuel filter replacements. If you want a larger motorhome, look for the Nissan Caravan camper conversions or the Mazda Bongo Friendee. These were engineered specifically for Japan's domestic touring market, where families expect vehicles to last 20 years, body-on-frame construction like a commercial truck, thick steel chassis rails, hand-fitted interior cabinetry made from real plywood and solid wood, not particle board and vinyl. The HVAC controls are chunky plastic knobs that clunk when you turn them. The door locks are pull cable mechanisms connected directly to the latch. No electronic actuators. No remote entry modules to fail, because they were built for Japanese owners who obsessively maintain their vehicles. Every replacement part is cheap and available at export parts suppliers across Asia. You can find a pristine 25-year-old Toyota Hiace diesel camper with full service records for $18,000 to $25,000 landed cost after import fees and shipping. That includes customs clearance and delivery to a U.S. port. That same money in America buys you a 10-year-old Class B camper van with 120,000 miles, a suspicious history, and a transmission already grinding into second gear. Here is how you execute the loophole. You do not finance. You save $20,000 to $30,000 in cash. You avoid the shiny American dealerships with the balloons and the predatory finance managers pushing 240-month loans. You contact Japanese vehicle export companies that specialize in 25-year-old vehicles, the legal import threshold for the United States and Canada. You look for the physical indicators of a forever vehicle, a heavy metal key that turns a mechanical ignition cylinder, chunky plastic knobs for the air conditioning that clunk when you turn them, thick rubber door seals that compress with a solid thunk when you close the door, a traditional gear shifter that pulls a steel cable connected directly to the transmission, not a digital push-button selector. When you import a 25-year-old Japanese RV, you are not just saving money. You are severing the data pipeline that lets manufacturers track your movements, monetize your driving habits, and hold a financial kill switch over your property. Now, the RV industry is not the only cartel using the illusion of modern technology to drain your bank account. The exact same playbook is being run right now in the marine industry if you want to see why new boats are mathematically guaranteed to sink your finances and how to execute the hull loophole to beat the boat manufacturing monopoly. Click the video on your screen right now.